Hello. If you have found this video, you're either one of a handful of subscribers or it's just popped up in your feed. But I thought I would do a combo and show you this deck, the Ethereal Visions deck. It's an Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. I thought I would review it while also doing a not terribly complex tarot spread, so you can kind of get an idea of the deck itself, plus get a reading while you're at it. I don't do readings anywhere but this space because it is cleansed and protected, and it is only my energy and the energy of my guides and ancestors and spirits who are aligned. And so I'm always confident in the messages that I get. So that's just an FYI. Back to the box though. This is a gorgeous box. I love this box because it's like, it's not one of those where it's a double box, which is just, that's almost like a bag of chips where half the bag is just air. Like, why do I need a box this big for a card deck that's this big? Beautiful. I love it when it's just a simple box. It's also beautiful. But Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. So before I get to the cards, this is a guidebook. It's great. Again, nice and small. It's the size of the deck. I like that. It's not like some extra large thing I have to find a place to store. It has beautiful pictures and artwork. There are two cards that are unique to this deck. One is the Well. The Well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. And the Artist. The Artist is the vessel of creation. This card signifies humankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available if you stop and set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. So those are kind of interesting. The minor arcana, it's, you know, just a smaller picture. It's still got great information. It's got upright and reversed meanings. It's a nice heavy deck. It's not flimsy or cheap or anything. So super, super appreciate that. Love that. And now we'll get to the cards. This is a very Art Nouveau deck. The artwork is very Art Nouveau, but it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So the cards, it's going to be familiar in terms of what they look like. But it is gold foil on the cards, which is just gorgeous. Love it. And the imagery is beautiful. It's very calming. I will say, when I want to pull out a deck where I need to discuss something that is more emotional, this is the deck I pull out. It is a soft, emotional deck. Not necessarily soft in that it's going to just make you feel all warm and fuzzy constantly, but it really, for me personally, this is just emotional. This deck deals with emotions. It gives me clarity on feelings I don't understand. So this is a regularly used deck of mine. I love it. So let's begin. I'll start by shuffling. I will probably fast forward this because I have quite a long shuffling process, because I started out very skeptical of all of this, and I just thought, you know what, there is no way that I am going to allow there to be repetitive cards if I can help it. If there are repetitive cards, then that is spirit giving me repetitive cards. So I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I don't repeat, that there are no cards that are just stuck together, that this deck is thoroughly shuffled. So this has become a little routine for me. There are all kinds of ways to shuffle a deck, but this is just how I do it. I know some people say don't shuffle it like this or whatever. I think you just have to find the way that you like, the way that feels right to you. But I shuffle and I cut because I'm not playing around. You're not gonna fool me with 3 cards that I just pulled from a previous spread. So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna do a very small reading. And this will be for the very small amount of people that probably see this. Again, I just make these videos mostly to review the decks because I sell the decks on my website, and I want people to know what they're getting before they get it, because these are not cheap. Like, for a lot of people, this is a big investment, and I think that you should know what you're getting before you walk out of the store with this thing. So, but I will do a small reading. I do not do readings anywhere but this space because it is cleansed. So I will not be out and about, and I will not do this regularly. I call upon my spirit guides, my ancestors, and spirits who are aligned, who are well-intended, and who are elevated to provide me guidance and answers to my questions. Any spirit who is not aligned, who is ill-intended, negative, malicious, not elevated, you are not allowed to communicate with me in any way. You are banished from this space, and you must leave immediately. And that is my little way of cleansing before I start. So, what do we want to know today? I think what would be nice to know is just, for anyone who's watching, maybe this resonates, maybe it doesn't, but what do you have to expect between now and the end of August, the end of the month? So let's see. Spirit, what do we have to expect between now and the end of the month? So a new beginning. And you're approaching it level-headed, clear. Oh. And you're also approaching it very emotionally strong. Oh, all right. How about we do that? Since he came out that way. Whoa, we'll do that sideways. I got a lot of answers. Okay. Wow. Wow, you got 4 major arcana. What else have we got? What else have we got to look forward to between now and the end of the month? All right, that's your message. I love it. I love it when the number of cards that pop out are the exact number of cards that I can correspond to a specific spirit guide with. So, we've got the Fool, which is new beginnings. Isn't this a really cute card, though? And the little dog is precious. So somebody, whether that's you, whether that's someone else in your life, is going to take a leap. Somebody is just jumping off the cliff, diving into the unknown. And now, maybe this is you. Maybe you're taking a chance. Maybe you're taking a leap, because up here, you might be taking a leap. This may be just a leap of faith. You're starting something, you're saying something, you're doing something with no real knowledge of where you're going with it, what's going to happen. You're just doing it. But with that, you're in Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups energy. You're in both of these. So I'm guessing you're a woman. You don't have to be. This can be for anyone. But I'm just saying, whoever this is, this energy is very feminine. But it's feminine in a clear-minded, strong, determined, you know what you're about kind of way. So you're not like, oh, I'm not sure. You're sure. And you are also emotionally regulated. You are emotionally strong. You are heading into this leap in a clear-minded but clear-hearted way. You are going into this emotionally secure, and you know what you want. The Queen of Cups knows what she wants. She's loving, she's caring, but she's also emotionally aware. This is emotional awareness. So great start here. The Hermit came out sideways. I don't necessarily always go sideways, but for whatever reason, this one felt right. So this looks like whatever this leap is. So let's say this is where you're going into. This is possibly what you're coming out of, or what this leap is involving. You are kind of sort of coming out of like seclusion, isolation. You've been in it in order to reflect and think, but you're on this precipice of coming out of it. So you're kind of like, you know, I don't think I want to just be isolated. I don't want to be alone. I want to come out of this. I've learned things. So you're moving out of isolation from whatever this situation is. But there's something that you don't know. There's still illusion. There's something about this situation. Now, whether that's what you're jumping into or what you're coming out of, we can clarify that. But the moon is illusion. You're not seeing something clearly. And then you've got the Lovers. So let's move and say that, oh, my cat just came in. Let's just say that, well, I mean, we won't just say, this is most likely what your issue is. So, or issue, that sounds negative. This is most likely what we're talking about. So we've got the Lovers. So something with a bond. The Lovers doesn't mean lovers necessarily. This just means there's some sort of emotionally significant bond that is a huge part of your life, whether it exists or not at this point. But whatever is happening, you've been in kind of this liminal space. You've been in this in-between area between backing away and then coming in back into whatever this is. But you're not seeing something. There's something that is an illusion. Something's not clear to you about this bond. However, to me, it looks like this is what you're coming out of, and this is where you're headed. So yeah, maybe you have been in seclusion. Maybe you weren't clear about something. Maybe it was about some sort of bond, whether that be a friendship, whether that be a marriage, love, an ex, whatever. But you're about to come into yourself. You're about to get right with your feelings, and you're about to get right with your head, and you're about to take a leap. So why don't we clarify, what is this leap? What is this leap involving? The Fool. Try to hold these in front of the camera so you can see. Don't they, like, they move nicely. Oh, well, yep, okay. Ace of Cups. You're about to take a leap with an emotional opening. So whatever you're heading towards is, you're kind of in this in between. There's illusion, but it definitely has to do with some sort of bond, love, friendship. This is emotional. And the leap that you're getting ready to go into is an emotional beginning. Whether that is starting over, whether that is coming towards someone new, whether that is repairing something that is not aligned right now. Let's see this Ace of Cups. Spirit, can we clarify that just a little bit more? Tell me a little bit more about the Fool and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Page of Swords. So but sideways. So you're thinking, you want to take this leap, and it is an emotional leap, but you're not there yet. You're getting into your clarity. You're becoming clear-headed. You are becoming emotionally strong, secure. And you're getting to the point of taking this leap of love, essentially, but emotional opening, an emotional beginning. You're presenting something emotionally, but you're not at the point where you're ready to do it. You're not at the point of sending that text or sending that email or showing up at their house or showing up at their job. You're not there at sending the message. So what is this illusion? What does the moon mean in all of this? I don't want that one. All right, well, you want that one, so okay. Four of Swords in reverse. So you're coming out of this rest. You're reawakening, which really would fit more with the Hermit. Like you're kind of slowly coming out of this state of suspension and rest and kind of just calm and non-interacting. But what is this illusion? What is this illusion, this Four of Swords energy in the Hermit? Like what are you coming out of, and what is this realism? How are we clearing this? How are we clearing this? What is this confusion? What are you not sure about? I'm going to go with that one. King of Wands. It's almost like it doesn't want to say. Maybe there's something about this bond that you don't know or you don't understand. And so you're coming out of this isolation. You're coming out of this period of just inactivity. You have not dealt with this. You've avoided it. You've avoided it because it was something you couldn't understand. There was something that you couldn't see. But what you're coming out of with this is strength in yourself. This is decisive, commanding energy. So whatever is going on, you're approaching a point where you're like, I know exactly what I'm going to do about this. So maybe you've been like, not sure what's going on. I'm going to take a step back. I've decided I'm coming out of that. I'm not going to continue not moving. And then I'm coming out of this rest. I'm coming out of this stasis. And as I come out, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do about this. And what I'm going to do about this is I'm going to take the leap. And I'm going to open myself up to this. But you're just not at the point of sending the message yet. And that's perfectly fine. I think the point of the message, though, is that between now and the end of August, something within you is changing. Whether you've decided that you don't need that clarity, or maybe the clarity needs to come from this leap. You're coming out of it, though. You're coming out of this isolation and out of this rest and seclusion and inactivity. Which, if you look at this, it just looks like he's like in stone, like he's just been set in stone. So you're kind of breaking out of this kind of stony, cold place. And you're coming out of it, though, with like such clear-headedness that what you're going to do about this is take that leap. You're going to open yourself up to vulnerability and emotion. And then you're going to get to the point where you're like, I need to make this move. I need to make this contact. You're not there yet though, and it doesn't look like you're going to be between now and the end of August. It does look like you're working through something that's just exceptionally, like, I mean, you've got 2 queens right here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. You've got a page. Out of this entire thing, you only have 1 pip card. 1. So whatever you're going through, it's been tough and you felt like you don't know what to do, but you're getting there. You're coming through this. You're coming through this with so much awareness. You have grown so much by the time you come out of this. And I love to see this. This is such a nice, such a reassuring spread. And I think that's a good place to stop. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit about this deck, seeing it in use. I hope that the message resonated for you in some way. Again, if you are looking for a deck that is just an all-around awesome deck, and maybe you're looking for something that's a little softer, a little more emotional, such a good deck. Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. Love it. Thank you for watching. I guess that's about it. I don't do this often enough to be professional or witty at it, so I'll sign off there. But thank you for watching and take care. And I hope that whatever happens with this, taking the sleep, and whatever happens with this, I hope it works out. I hope it works out for you. I hope you get the very best.